And welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann on ON Radio this Tuesday morning, December 3rd. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name's Joe Callahan. Right over there, Ed Carew from the Carew Investment Group. Hi, Ed.
Hello there.
And Linda Tebow's here. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have the both of you with us this morning. And Ed, time for your first message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Yep, and I want my money to work harder for me. Should work a lot harder.
Whipping it.
You know, to give it a shovel or something.
No,
Well, get down to the
right.
salt mine.
You know,
do something.
a few lashes. No,
Okay.
With a
All
wet
right.
noodle, I don't want to
That's
hurt
right. All right, Ed, you might
Yes, sir.
you might have heard it on Thanksgiving afternoon. A big Yelp went up from Northern Rhode Island, and it was Linda.
it. Was it?
Yes,
What?
because
What happened to her?
Vito the Pug won Best
Yes,
in Show.
yes.
See, there it is again. And the first
Yes.
person I thought of was you.
Yes, he did. You know, do you know how many
Linda must be
messages?
thrilled.
Do you know how many messages I got about that? But yes, and he was a beauty.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! And this is the first time.
First time for a pug, right?
Pug.
Yeah.
Yes, they just
That's
don't.
unusual that
yeah,
it's- that they had chosen.
They don't. But he was one handsome fella.
Gives you thoughts for your dog.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no, she's not. But you know what he reminded me of very much? My Nellie's father.
Really?
Spirit, yeah.
Yeah?
Looked
Looked just like
a
him?
whole lot like that.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. So yeah. It was so funny that you said that because I can't tell you how many texts I got on that.
There you,
Yeah.
That's so funny. But yeah, first person I thought of when I heard
Yeah,
Vito
yeah.
the Pug won.
Vito,
Oh,
Vito the Pug, yeah.
Well, and we joked about it yesterday because it's Vito the Pug. We think he went around to all the other dogs. I better win or nobody gets hurt. Okay, Vito wins this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wins this
Now,
year.
we brought it up last week, and we'll get your opinion on this too, Linda. The winner received $20,000. Don't you think that's a little low?
It is.
Ed, don't you think it's kind of small for a nationwide
Yeah.
contest?
It
That
does
is
sound like-
low. Yeah.
Because
But-
all the money you got to put into making your dog perfect.
Well,
for this. I'm like,
first
wow.
of all, to purchase a dog
Okay,
that becomes
A
best
champion,
in
yeah.
show.
there's money there.
Lots of money.
Okay.
Lots of money. It costs lots of money to buy one of those
All right,
puppies
yeah.
and bring them up and groom them and all. Yeah.
And train
yeah,
them
and train
and
them
vet bills and make sure
and
everything's
all
okay
of the
there.
above.
And-
All of the above.
yeah.
It costs a lot of money. But you know, that's not
it?
Westminster. That
No,
was
it's not.
That's not. I think they get more at
They
Westminster.
do. Okay.
But it's amazing to see these dogs, though.
Yeah.
And they're all best of breed
Yep.
when they go into that best of best
Yeah.
of show. But yeah, we were pretty excited. Dave and I were very happy to see Vito.
So no, there's no mutt category, right?
Huh?
There's no mutt
You know,
category.
no. Well, they do usually have, most of those big shows will have an event for mixed breeds.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
like
okay.
best pet on the couch, kind of. You know what I mean? Like mine.
Yeah.
She was under the blankie watching, thinking, "Yeah, that's cool." Although she thought he was very handsome.
Did you admonish her and say, "Hey, look what that one's doing"?
Yeah, right.
You're laying here on the couch.
That's what she does best. Yes, yes, that's what she does best. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We were very
Is
excited,
that all right?
and I did get lots of texts about that.
That's funny. I didn't expect that part. Okay, just a quick onto the Patriots because I said at the beginning of the year I think they're going to win 5 games and they're not.
No, they're not.
I'm looking. They've only got 4 games left.
Yeah.
I said, can they win 2 out of the next 4? No.
No.
They can't.
No.
Well, first of all, 2 of the games are against Buffalo, best team in the AFC East. So there's 2 losses right there.
Yeah.
And so it's the Cardinals and who else are they playing? I forget who they're playing. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not even going to make 5 wins this year.
No.
Which is sad. But I'm like, wow.
And I missed the game because
And they could have won on Sunday.
well they and David
should've.
say it's the coach's fault.
No.
Whatever.
Yeah, but the coach didn't miss the 25-yard field goal.
No, this is
That I think
true.
you and I can hit it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 25. Yeah.
And if he
yeah.
hit it, we would have won by 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
no.
Yeah. But it was, and I did the thing up at the high school to the inauguration of the new town officials.
Yep,
and,
that was yesterday. Yeah.
that was
yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
It was
Or
yesterday.
the day before. Anyway.
No, it was Sunday.
Sunday?
It was
Okay.
Sunday. But and I asked, did they win? They win? No,
Yeah.
they lost by 1.
But they were winning the entire game.
But then I said, well, it's a better loss. And I was admonished. It's still a loss. They're losing better. If that, but how can
Yes.
you? But you're still, yeah.
They were winning
They were
until there were
winning.
12 seconds left
Yeah,
in the game.
they were winning.
And then they lost.
And then they lost.
Yes,
Yeah. But
so-
but did you watch the Buffalo game?
I saw it in the snow.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that was
the feet
something.
of snow that were
Wasn't
falling.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I thought that one of them, when they got the touchdown, they kind of slid in on
Yeah.
his belly. I thought that was deliberately. I thought it was kind of.
Mac Jones had to come in and play again for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if you saw what happened to Trevor Lawrence.
No. No.
Oh, it was a late, not a late hit. It was a helmet to helmet hit while he was sliding, while he was going down, and he got hit in the head by the player. I forget who they played. It started off a nice fight between both teams. It was,
Wow. No, I missed
and all
that.
and Lawrence is just laying there, and he's not moving except his arm is up in the air. I'm like, wow. They did cart him off. He was sitting up, so he was conscious, but I think he
Wow.
lost consciousness there for at least for a few seconds. The guy that hit him got thrown out of the game, and a couple other guys from the Jaguars got thrown out of the
see, I
game
missed
too.
that.
And I was like, and they even warned you, okay, this is an ugly hit. I'm like, okay, here, and it is. It's rough to watch. He gets hit head to head
Yeah.
there like that.
Yikes.
So all right, moving away from sports. All right, I'm ready to go up on my high horse. Are you ready?
Is this a conspiracy?
This is not a conspiracy theory. This is something that it's already started. This happened during the first Trump administration.
Yeah.
And it's got to do with the media. It's got to do with the mainstream media. Although
Yeah.
they're called legacy media now. When did that change? You see someone call them legacy media now?
Legacy media.
I
But
have
anyway.
seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But really, we're talking the big 3: ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN,
Yeah.
MSNBC, Newsmax. All of them. All right. And they all do this, and it's going to take someone at the top to say stop doing this, but they won't. And here it is: stop reporting what Trump tweets out on X or his own
Yeah.
True Social thing. Just that's his opinion, and until it comes out in a press release, then it's a fact. And then if you want to go ask him his opinion afterwards, that's fine. But that's all they do. Oh, and Trump tweeted this, and then Trump tweeted that.
Yeah.
And I know why they do it. It's really easy.
Yeah.
They can sit there, they can watch their phone,
Yeah.
and wait for something to come,
Yeah.
and then boom, news story.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. Stop doing this. But they won't.
Yeah.
Do you think they should stop doing it, Linda?
I think he should stop tweeting that stuff.
Well, he's not gonna stop doing that. And you can't get him to stop doing that, especially when he started his own social media company.
Yeah,
So,
well, yeah.
So he's not
So
going
he
to do
can.
it. So he can. Ed, should he stop doing this? Or should should the media stop covering what he puts out on social media?
I'm with Linda. He should try to control himself and not tweet everything that runs through his head.
But he won't.
Well, I know
so-
that.
so-
So,
so
if you,
I'm-
So
if
then
you
he's a
want to do
target,
something that,
But I'm beyond that. I know he's going to do it. So just stop reporting what his thoughts are.
you're not going to get them to stop reporting.
I know you're not.
No,
You want
you're
to.
not.
You don't want him to. You don't want to report his thoughts. Make his thoughts stay in his head.
Yeah.
Once you put those thoughts on paper, they're not
Yeah.
thoughts anymore.
Yeah.
But they're also not facts anymore.
Well, no, but
Most
but
of what he said on says aren't facts.
He needs to stop saying, like my daughter says, keep it in the bubble. Keep it in the bubble. No, he needs to stop that.
Yeah.
And he won't. But
he
then,
won't.
Well, then
Yeah.
he's a target. He puts himself in a place where they can.
All right, does it come
Bring
down
it.
to then, all publicity is good publicity? If he's just going to keep announcing who his candidate cabinets, who he wants on X, and then, therefore he gets free reporting from all the networks
I think in some cases he tweets out some wacky things
on purpose.
on purpose, as a trial balloon,
To see where it goes?
as what we used to call it, a trial balloon, to see what reaction he gets to it before he decides. Not just him, others too. It's been the way that politics have run for a long time.
Yeah.
They float some idea out there just to see the reaction from the people.
I noticed it this past weekend, and I don't know why I picked up on it this past weekend, but he nominated, or he was going to nominate, is it Cash or Nash, Patel for FBI director?
Is that the one with?
I think it's Cash.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Okay,
it's Patel.
it's Patel anyway, and so maybe he's doing that because immediately there was a firestorm of great choice, and others were like, this is the worst choice ever.
Yeah.
So maybe he is doing that to see what kind of reaction he's going to get.
I think so.
And then I'm hearing, here's a good conspiracy theory, Linda.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna nominate Patel, knowing he's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
But then I get to say, well, I nominated him. And obviously he's of Indian descent.
Oh, you mean he gets credit for the diversity?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not, it went to Congress or the Senate or whoever does it, and they have to approve him, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So now I got to go with somebody else. So, but I get the credit for the nomination.
I think he does what he wants.
All right. I want the media to stop reporting on his tweets.
Okay.
It's just not
Well,
going to
then
happen. I'll
let
I'll
them
work on it.
know.
I will.
Could you? Okay.
All right. Notes going to call in 766-1240. Just say the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars was against the Chargers.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Okay.
Sunday's game really ticked the caller off. So okay. Oh, that's who. Maybe that's who the Chargers are gonna. I think we play the Chargers. Colts, not Colts. We just lost to the Colts. Cardinals, Bills, Chargers, Bills. So there we go. So yeah, Sunday's game really ticked the caller off because they were winning the entire time and lost in the last 12 seconds.
Oh.
So, all right. So there we go with that. Let's see. Let's take a break right now before we get into the next thing because it might be a little while. It might be a lot of discussion on this. So Ed, time for your second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. The Carew Investment Group is 765-8880 is the phone number, and we have some simple advice about investing. Well, the truth is, there is no simple advice about investing. The old days of financial uptrends and downtrends lasting for days and weeks and months are long gone. Sometimes trends last for only part of a day before changing direction. And investing is not an activity for those who can't take the time to study each twist and turn and follow it through to its opportunity that it truly presents. Since 1987, I've seen them all, and I'll invest for you the same way we invest for ourselves. Carefully, very carefully, and it won't cost you a nickel to talk about it with us. So give us a call at 765-8880. Our office is conveniently located at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. And securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
You liking the new place that you're in?
Yes,
has
very
it been,
nice.
Has it been a year yet?
No.
Not quite a year
We
yet?
moved there at sometime in May.
Oh, okay. All right. Sometimes my time
Time
situation-
flies when you're having fun.
I know. Has it been over a year? It's been less than a year. But things are going good down there in Cumberland.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, more Coffee Hands coming your way. You can call us in for comments, 766-1240.
Hi, this is Bob Phillips. My family and I would like to wish you holiday greetings and Christmas wishes. May this season be filled with cheer. May good friends and family be there to share your Christmas joys, and may good fortune follow you today and throughout the years ahead. Merry Christmas from Bob Phillips and family.
Hi, this is Dave Richards. On Tuesday's Milk Fund Radio Auction, we'll put up for bid a Snuggling with the Unicorn Basket, a delicious mini banana bread loaf, cookie chow, snowmen around the world ornaments, a beautiful full queen-sized comforter, and a plush children's toy, plus lots of valuable gift certificates. So join me, Joe Callahan, and our 2 celebrity guest auctioneers, Rhode Island State Senator Melissa Murray and Woonsocket City Councilor and State Senator-elect Brian Thompson, from 4 to 5 p.m. Tuesday, only on ON AM and FM radio, and video streamed live for your convenience.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're local and live at 99.5.
Okay, Coffee and on ON AM and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. Okay, we talk about the mainstream media. Okay, it comes down to the local media too, and I don't normally criticize Channel 10 and 12 and 6, but I will this time, and because something happened yesterday, and it was in Cumberland, and they both. This is 10 and 12. I don't think 6 did this. 10 and 12 both. They rushed up to Cumberland. And they both put it on their websites. There's an incident that happened in Cumberland, basically on Mendon Road and Martin Street, which is where the Boys and Girls Club is, if you know that part of Cumberland.
Yeah.
But that's all they said. It was an incident. Something has happened, but we don't know what, and the police haven't told us. But that was the story.
It's not much of a story.
There's nothing here.
No.
And a little later on, okay, it came out. There was a woman, I guess she was laying down on the ground and it had been injured. That's it.
Was it an accident?
Well, no. According to police, it wasn't.
It wasn't a soda.
It wasn't. She wasn't hit by a car. Nothing's on fire. They just said some kind of medical thing happened and she was on the ground. It's still not a story.
No.
They both rushed there because something has happened.
Well, because the police presence.
Because there was a police presence there, so something big has happened.
Yeah.
And I guess you're told if you're the reporter, go out there, go get a story.
Yeah. Well,
Find out what it is.
A slow news day,
Yeah.
maybe.
Don't make it up.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So they came back with this is what we got. Something's happened at this intersection at this time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I looked today. I found that out later yesterday afternoon. About the woman being injured, and so I looked again today to see if there's a follow up. Did she have a heart attack?
Yeah.
Was she overdosing on something? There's nothing. So so basically yesterday was a non-story.
It wasn't a story.
It wasn't, but we had to create something.
Yeah.
Not really create something. We had to come up with something.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's only 3 sentences, I mean, it's not really a story.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
My beef with the local news, I'm not talking about print news because you don't see any.
Like
I'm
broadcast
talking,
news?
Yeah, broadcast news, is that they'll run the same stories for days and days and days.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the same exact clip.
We don't
It's
have
not an
anything new.
update.
Yeah.
It's just the same clip for 3-4 days in a row at every newscast.
Yeah.
And sometimes the newscasts last for 3 hours.
And they're doing it right now. Joe Biden pardoned his son on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Tuesday.
It's
It
Tuesday.
still
It's
leads
still-
the
it's
news.
It's going to
So,
probably
yeah,
be there all
yeah.
week.
I guess because we got to get. Cause I was talking with Dave about it because it was driving him crazy. I said we have to get. Well, they're thinking we have to get everybody's opinion,
Yeah.
and we got to go to every state.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, what does each governor think? What does
Yeah,
each
what
attorney
does each
general
one-
think?
yeah,
And we got to
yeah.
get each one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're all saying the same thing.
The same thing. Yeah.
Basically, it's like until Trump does something.
Well, exactly. If he
Tweet
tweets
something out.
something, that it'll.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It gives news every day.
And basically it comes down
Yeah.
to if the majority. I mean, some have crossed over, but the Republicans are saying we can't believe he did this,
Yeah.
and the Democrats saying what's the big deal?
Yeah.
And so that's what it comes down to.
What I've been hearing though is some of the Dems thought it was not a good idea.
Some.
Some thought it was not a good idea.
That's right.
Well, especially since
You're making us look bad.
well,
kinda
especially
thing.
since he said for a long time, I will
That I
not.
wouldn't, that I
I
won't,
will
yeah.
not. and you know, but they keep playing
Well, you
that.
knew he was going to.
Yeah, but
Yeah, as soon as he said it,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
I will not
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
This is-
sure you
yeah.
will. It's your son.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just
There was
fine.
no way he was not going to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Dad, please,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
all right, but but you're right, Ed. I think you're gonna hear this for the next few days still,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the fallout from the pardon is
Well,
still
you
happening.
get everybody's opinion, of course.
We gotta get everybody's
Of course, Dr. Biden said, "Of course, I'm glad he
I saw.
pardoned my
That's right.
son."
I
Yeah.
saw her. I
Of
saw her
course,
say
I'm
that
glad
yesterday.
He pardoned my
Yeah,
son.
yeah. Well, what else is she gonna say?
Well, of course.
She's gonna say, "Oh no, my husband's an idiot."
Yeah,
for
right.
doing that? Of
No,
course not.
exactly.
Of course she's
Probably
gonna say,
don't
"I
want to
support
convince them.
him."
Well,
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Probably.
All right. So moving away from that, okay. There's something going on. Back to there's a story. Here's a story.
Which,
There's something going on in Smithfield, and it started yesterday.
Yes.
Something. There's a 59-year-old man basically in his house on Elm Grove Avenue. They're still there today negotiating with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got firearms or if he's just in.
I think they reported he did have.
He
they
did?
thought he had.
There's some, and
yeah.
they're also now saying there's a bit of a mental health breakdown
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
going on there. So, but they've been negotiating with him for quite a while.
Yeah, that's. I
Since,
think that
last
started
night.
last night, and there's
You
still
did.
the police presence is still
They're
there.
still
this
there
morning. Yeah.
as of
Yeah.
as of Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
They're still working on them, working on this situation. So, all right. So there we go. We brought this up a little bit yesterday. So just something to be aware of. It's going around in Central Falls, but if it's in Central Falls, it can jump to other communities. People are calling the elderly in Central Falls, and it's the grandparent scam. And it has made its comeback again. And
Yeah.
the person that calls you says, "I'm a lawyer,"
Yeah.
and they probably say they're with some law firm.
Yep.
You
Right. Yeah.
know, Callahan, Carew, and Tebow
Yeah.
law firm.
Yeah.
How do you know that's not a real law firm?
Don't.
You're right. And then they say, your grandchild has been arrested, and I'm their counsel, and we need money to bail him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go from there. Of how do you get the money? So they know it's making the rounds in Central Falls. They're warning people to look out for this. If you do get the call, just hang up. And they would like you to call the Central Falls police. But if you're in any community and you get this kind of call, do let the authorities know
And that's
that you
that's
just got
all
this
over.
call.
That's all over.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just makes the rounds every once in a while. I'm so glad when my mother was alive. This is something I think she would have fallen for, and wouldn't have thought to hang up the phone and call like me or call the child themselves. I think she would have got scared and probably called us. She probably would have called us and said, "I need to go get money," because she didn't drive there
Yeah,
towards the end.
right.
So that would have been good. What do you need to get money for? Oh, so and so has been arrested. No, they haven't. My father would not have.
Yeah.
My father used to have fun with these kind of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep them on the line for a while and bother them. He was good at that kind of stuff. So that's good. So we had the situation out in a man from Burrillville. And this is not a fun story. Let's see. He reached a plea deal. Now, according to the plea, this man Chandler Cardente, he's 22. Back in 2021, he was 22. He picked up a 12-year-old girl who was leaving school in Burrillville and brought her somewhere and then had sex and dropped her off in Warwick. Just quite a walk.
Yeah.
Back to Burrillville, by the way. Don't say how she got back, but he was arrested for this. And part of the problem was while he was in prison on the phone, at one point he was trying to set up someone to kill her because she was going to testify against him. Wow. Well, the good part is he was actually talking to an undercover cop while he was making this basically a confession.
Wow.
So they got him on that. So he will. He's in part of the plea. He gets 35 years in prison for this situation. He's still facing some state charges in connection with this, but I guess this is a federal charge. So 35 years. He, from what I read, he said he lied to the girl because he was 22. He said he was 17. Not that makes it any better, but
She's still 12.
what's that?
She's still 12.
She's still 12.
12, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
So, it's one of those deals where they meet on one of the forums, on one of the social media. I think this one was Snapchat.
Yeah.
And that's how they meet. And
Of course.
and they talk for, I don't know how long they talk for, and then they say, hey, let's meet. Let's I'm 17, I can drive, I can come get you. Oh, that's a good idea. And then stuff like this happens. I mean, and maybe it was, maybe it doesn't say she was raped. Maybe it was consensual. But when you're 12,
When you're 12,
it's not the age of consent.
consensual. No, it's not the age
I'm
of
pretty sure that's
consent.
not the age of consent in Rhode Island.
No. Or anywhere.
Or anywhere. Well, every state's got different.
Well, I know,
age,
but
age
12.
laws. 12 is way
12
too young.
is, come on.
I think it's 16 in Rhode Island, but I'm not positive on that. But anyway, 12 is just way too young.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the guy knew she was 12.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
but he's behind bars now, so yay for that.
Yeah.
So that part's good. And so there was down in Providence, there was a fight at the Roger Williams Middle School, and a teacher tried to break it up, and then they I don't know if one person, at least one student, has been charged with assault and disorderly conduct on the teacher when they tried to break up the fight. Providence police said the teacher was trying to intervene between two students when one of them grabbed her by the neck. Doesn't say what kind of injury she might have caused, if it's just bruising or anything else, but charged with assault and disorderly conduct.
Middle school.
Yep. Doesn't say if the fight just says a fight between two students. So is it between two boys? Is it between two girls? Is it between a boy and a girl? I don't know, but I guess it was getting physical, and so the teacher, the female teacher stepped in. And I remember my middle school days, and there were plenty of male teachers in that building who were all much bigger than us.
Yeah.
And you didn't mess with the male teachers.
Yeah.
At my middle school, anyway. So some people did, and they got they got taught a lesson of messing with them. But if there's not enough male teachers and something's going on, I guess the female teachers got to step in and like that.
Wow.
So it's too bad. Ed, when you were in middle school, did you mess with the male teachers?
We didn't have middle school.
You went right from elementary to high
Went
school?
from 8 years at St. Joseph School, then
Oh, okay.
right to Mount.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you didn't mess with the brothers.
Well, same thing then. All right.
Prefect of discipline, as they call
Oh,
him.
yeah.
This
What-
sucker
what-
had to be over 6 feet 6
Yeah.
inches. He was huge,
What
man.
do you call it?
Prefect of discipline.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his title?
That was his title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be sent to him?
Nope.
No. No,
I'm not real big now. I was even shorter then.
And Dave had many interactions with that fellow.
Yeah.
Was it Brother Philip? What? Philip?
I don't know. I'm thinking Aquinas. But
Aquinas, yeah. You didn't mess with the brothers.
Okay. Okay.
I had a lot
Any of them,
Yeah,
right?
I had a lot of interactions with the prefect of studies.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I must have memorized every book in his library.
well, it builds character, right?
It does.
It surely does.
I-
And
I
they
knew
built a
I knew
lot of character
I
there.
was loaded with useless information.
Should go on Jeopardy.
That's what Jane says.
There you go. All right.
Oh,
there
the
you
Wheel
go.
of Fortune. That's
Oh,
what
well,
she says.
all right.
Yeah.
They'll put 2 letters up there, and I get 4 words out of it.
Do you? All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. If your husband had the prefix of discipline,
Yeah.
did they? Was it just between the brother and Dave, or did they? After they did the discipline, did they let his parents know too?
Oh, of course they did.
Oh, okay.
Of course they did.
So you
yeah.
get it. You get
But
it. On both
he
ends.
played hockey.
Okay.
He played hockey, and so he always got excellent grades when he played hockey, so that he could continue to play. And after that, yeah.
What are
And
you
he-
insinuating,
He
Melinda?
tells the stories of interactions with the prefect of discipline. Yeah. But they took care of business.
They didn't know. Well,
They
okay.
really did.
Is is that role still at Mount St. Charles today?
I wouldn't
Well,
know.
well, it's co-ed now, so
Yeah.
probably.
Well, I know, but
yeah.
someone's going to be in
Probably
charge
not.
of some
Like,
kind of
you know, in those
just
days,
with the principals or the president of the college of the school.
because you all had to wear, the boys had to wear a tie.
Yeah.
When you went to, I know when Dave went, they wore a tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't have the tie on, you got to meet the prefect of
Of discipline.
Yeah, you know, I was a Mount cheerleader, so we watched that from afar.
Would he give you another tie?
I don't know. I always wore a tie, but I didn't wear it the way they liked.
No, that's it.
You didn't tie
That's
it the way
right.
correctly?
You had to wear it correctly, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
And
really?
and I never used to loop the last one through to make a knot.
Yeah.
I just used to like flop it over the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
Top button had to be buttoned, right?
Oh yeah, well, I was okay. I was good with
all
that.
right.
I just was
Did
not.
it have to be the correct length too, like down to your belt?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's why they made sweaters. Put it over the tie. You can't see all that part.
Yeah.
All right, break time here on Coffee and More coming up, and it's time for the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
Sunny skies today with a high near 38 degrees and a breeze from the northwest. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 20 degrees. Wednesday's weather, clouds increase, high of 40, light and variable winds. Wednesday night, there's a 100% chance of snow before 8 p.m., and then a chance of rain and snow between 8 and 9, and then just rain after 9. Overnight low of 31, little or no accumulation is expected Wednesday night. Thursday, 90% chance of rain continues, with a chance of some snow. High of 42, little or no snow is expected on Thursday. Thursday night, a chance of snow, mainly before 8 p.m. It will clear overnight, and the temperature will go down to 24 degrees Thursday night. The wind will pick up to over 30 miles per hour, and new snow accumulation on Thursday night of less than a half an inch is possible. Friday, the sun returns with a high of 33 degrees. Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 36. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 37. And on Monday, a chance of rain, partly sunny with a high of 44.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, it's still cold. We have 24 degrees. Progressive is proud to support veterans and small businesses with their annual Keys to Progress vehicle giveaway program, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com.
Are you ready to unleash your creativity and connect with nature? Welcome to the Honey Shop Academy, where discovery meets delight. The Honey Shop Academy is in the same building as the famous Honey Shop store on Park Avenue, next door to Navigant Credit Union, and they offer a variety of exciting programs and private classes, perfect for groups of 10 to 15 people. And whether you're looking for a fun night out or a unique team-building experience, they've got something for you at the Honey Shop Academy. Join us for unforgettable paint nights where you can sip on your favorite beverage and let your inner artist shine, or unwind in our serene meditation and sound baths, perfect for rejuvenating your mind and spirit. Experience the joy of learning together at the Honey Shop Academy on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, where every class is sweet and every moment is memorable. You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
Why, Mortimer.
Bill.
Is that you under that blindfold?
Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am.
No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold?
On a clear day, I can see the blindfold.
You can.
Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
It's Coffee In on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. So these are the things that that I don't understand because I'm not a lawyer. All right? Maybe I got to save this for Bob on Thursday.
You play one on television.
But I do play one on TV. So the man down in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, Hopkinton, Rhode Island, was arrested for setting illegal snares.
I saw that.
Okay, and one caught a deer and one caught a dog. And they were able to save the dog, but the deer was dead by the time they got to the snare. Now, his name is Hae-Ming Lee, and Lee is spelled L-I. He was taken into custody last week. And they're on his property. And now he admits to setting the traps so deer would not get into the property's owner's garden. But yesterday, he pleaded not guilty. But they just said he admitted it. Now, he pleaded not guilty on 13 misdemeanor charges. So maybe it's guilty on setting the snare, but I don't know what the other 13 misdemeanor charges are. And he was released on personal recognizance.
I saw that. I saw that on the news.
So just, it's one of those lawyer things, But he just admitted it. How can he plead not guilty if you admitted it?
Well, I guess his lawyer said because you will plead not guilty.
You will plead not guilty, yeah.
When can't give you a definite answer because I'm
Right.
not a lawyer and I don't play one on TV. But that seems to be standard operating procedure that when you're arrested for something, you may admit it, but when you go to court, you plead not guilty. I think it has.
Bob has explained that before.
I think it has something to do with if you plead guilty, that the punishment is more severe than if you plead not guilty and then they work it out. And,
Plea deal.
It's also got to do with the severity of the charge.
Well, yeah.
And some...
Although people that are accused of murder still plead,
But when it's murder, it's always not guilty. They don't even have to say anything. That's always immediately put in for you.
Right. I think it's so that they can work out a plea deal.
Yeah. I guess. So,
I don't know.
and they probably
and
will.
they said too.
I will ask Bob.
He was baiting those. I mean, that's a coward that does that. I'm sorry.
I didn't know he was baiting the traps too.
Then they said he was baiting them.
All right.
Yeah, and now a dog gets stuck in one of his traps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's wrong.
Well, it's because you're.
Let me count the ways
that's
it's wrong.
Well, you're a dog lover. So.
Well, not only a dog lover. I mean, deer. Why would?
Well, he didn't want the deer were coming on his property and probably eating in his garden, and he didn't want that.
Yeah.
Well, when did this happen?
He was just arrested last week.
Oh, okay.
So
So it could have
rather
happened.
recent.
They could have been eating his stuff this summer.
It could have been, and or maybe late in the fall, looking for animals
Put up
looking
a
for
deer
food.
fence.
Okay.
They'll jump over a fence.
No, but some of the deer fence. I mean, at least it makes it.
I just wonder when I look at it, and I don't want to be racist on this, but I'm looking at his name and maybe his culture, and
It's okay to do that.
Where I came from or where my parents came from, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? And of course, ignorance of the law. There's no excuse. That's what they say.
No.
But this is
Well,
what
because
we
he had
do.
and he had it translated. Oh, by the way, too.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't know what
the
problem
thing
is.
is, it's wrong.
Well, in our culture, it is.
It
That's
is,
right.
yeah.
But maybe in his,
Well,
it's
where
not.
is-
This is how we handle the deer population.
This is That's why they have hunting season.
Well, but this isn't hunting.
That's not hunting. That's my point. That's not hunting.
We got to give the deer a fair
And even
shake,
when
you know.
you're in hunting season, they're really not supposed to bait them either. So
Nope, that's illegal
that's
too.
the thing. So and you learn the mores of where you live.
Of where you
now.
are. We had 2 corrections officers who were hospitalized in Norfolk, Massachusetts, at the state prison. There was a fire on Sunday at the medium security prison. Officials said it was not deliberately set. So that's good. 2 guards were taken to the hospital for treatment of smoke inhalation. The fire did not cause major damage, and the prison was operating under normal conditions as of yesterday. So that's good. Doesn't say how it started, but things happen, right? That's right.
They do.
So, okay. Let's see. This is, speaking of the pardon, Ed.
Yes.
Here we go.
From Fitchburg. Well, here we go. From Fitchburg, Massachusetts. There is a former Fitchburg Republican state senator named Dean Tran, and he's calling for a pardon from Donald Trump when he takes office. Tran was convicted this year on federal charges of pandemic assistance fraud and making false statements on tax returns and could face a long prison sentence. Tran says he was singled out for prosecution because he's an electable Republican in a deep blue state. Tran is scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow in federal court.
Wow, and it begins.
So why not ask
He's
Trump for a
an
pardon?
electable
Republican
Republican.
in a state full of Democrats.
Uh-huh.
So therefore,
So what position did he get elected to?
state senator.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So he, former. He was one. He's not one now.
oh, okay.
Out there in Fitchburg.
I
So
see.
he wants to be pardoned by Trump when he becomes president, because why not? I'm one of the good old boys.
Oh, well.
Singled out for prosecution. They said we could have let it. We could have let it slide, and I don't know. Maybe he's got information that some Democrats that were doing the same thing, and they let it slide, or they've got a fine
What
or
did
whatever.
he do wrong again?
We got convicted on federal charges of pandemic assistance fraud and making false statements on tax returns
Well,
Okay, so
well,
he
that's
must
wrong.
have faled to get
to get the
money
loans.
under
The
false
money-
pretenses.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he's mad that he's being not mad, upset that he's being prosecuted for this.
Well, because he did something wrong.
But I'm a Republican.
I don't care. I don't care what you are.
But
That's
I want,
two things wrong.
Yeah, right. Right. So
But I want to be. I want to be pardoned for this. And I'm sure he's gonna say, "Well, look what Hunter was convicted of. That's a lot worse than what I did," and he gets off.
Yeah.
So.
Who is it? Two wrongs don't make a right.
All right. Well, no word on Trump on this one just yet. It's a little too early. So for him to start handing
You
out
can't
pardons.
pardon anybody right now anyway.
No, not
No.
right. Not right. So you got to remember this situation. So the trial is going to start next fall. This is also in Massachusetts. The Cohasset man that's accused of killing and dismembering his wife will go on trial for murder next fall. An October 20th trial date for Brian Walsh. Maybe you remember that name. Walsh with an E at the end. Was set. The trial date was set yesterday in Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham. I'm so glad I'm in Bristol, We're in Bristol County. We don't have to go to these. We can't pick for this jury.
Yeah, right.
Prosecutors say he killed his wife, Anna Walsh, New Year's Day of 2023.
Remember that. no?
Then dismembered her body and disposed of her remains in multiple locations. I remember this story.
that
Yes.
story now, yeah.
Prosecutors are still waiting for DNA testing of materials seized from their Cohasset, Massachusetts home, along with a hacksaw recovered from a dumpster in Swampscott, Massachusetts. All right. So
No, he's not asking to be pardoned, though. See.
not yet, anyway. Maybe he finds out about the other guy. By the time his trial goes on, or starts, Trump will be
Wow.
president, and he'll have a lot of time sitting there in prison. And I can ask for one.
I hope.
Just right into the White
He
House.
has a lot of time to sit in prison.
Yeah, he does. Now he hasn't been convicted of anything yet,
no,
so let's
so
not
he's
be.
still innocent.
Yeah, that's right. Let's not be jumping the gun here. Yeah, but if I remember correctly, it doesn't look good for this guy.
No.
If I remember correctly, I think it had a lot to do with money, and he wanted to. They were going to get divorced, and he was going to lose the house. And if you've ever been to Cohasset, Massachusetts, beautiful homes.
Really? Yeah.
It's a very rich community.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. It's nice up there. All right, so that's what's going on in Mass. Any other big things going on in Rhode Island? You can tour the State House if you want to. Rhode Island Secretary of State Greg Amore says State House will be open to the public on December 7th. Just one day. Last week, Governor Dan McKee announced that the Independent Man will soon be returning to the top of the State House and this will be your chance to see it before it goes up
Before
to
it
the
goes
top of the
up,
building. Maury is inviting the public to visit the statue while it's still in the lobby. On Saturday the 7th, the State House will be open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with tours being offered every 30 minutes. Last time I did a tour of the State House, I was in the 5th grade.
5th grade? Yeah.
Field trip with the school.
you go.
Although we did get to meet Governor Garahy. That was nice.
Gary.
Yeah. He came out of his office, and we were all in the
Yeah.
all in the room outside his office, and he said hi to us, so that was nice. And then it was funny because I said, "Hey," they asked if anyone had any questions, and I raised my hand, and they said, "Yeah," in the back. It was me. He said, "I said, do you know this guy?" And I gave my father's name, and he did. They went to school together. He goes, "Yeah, I remember Bill. We went to LaSalle together. Yeah. How's he doing? Well, he's doing fine. I'll go. We'll tell him I say hi. I sure will." It's my conversation with Gary.
There you go. There
From
you
1977. All right, we gotta take another break here in the Coffee and program. Ed's gonna run. Ed's got business to attend
drive,
to.
but-
Yes, he's not gonna run.
But I'm leaving.
He's not gonna.
go. Warm up the Genesis.
Yes, it's 27 degrees. It's a little chilly for a run right now. Have you ever run in cold weather like this? I mean, you skate in cold weather. Does it affect your lungs?
Oh, yeah, of course. No, you're skating this, sure.
Yes, it's tough to breathe. Well, Ed, thanks for coming in today.
Oh, yeah, always a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you next week. More
See you
of
next
Coffee and
week.
See you
coming
next
up.
week.
Please stick around.
Cha-cha, y'all.
Attention Rhode Island landlords. Did you know that Rhode Island has a new registry for rental properties and units? Register today at rentalregistry.ri.gov. It's the law. If your property was built before 1978, you'll need to submit a lead certificate from a licensed lead inspector. Getting a lead certificate may take some time, so start today. Learn more at rentalregistry.ri.gov. Help keep Rhode Island families safe. rentalregistry.ri.gov. Sponsored by the Rhode Island Department of Health and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
The annual St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center Christmas Party is going to be held on Saturday, December 7th, and tickets are just $25. All proceeds benefit the center. Enjoy an evening of food and plenty of holiday cheer. Tickets are available at Beatles Flowers, Creative Impressions, The Honey Shop, Pine Swamp Place, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, or call 401-486-9380. Visit the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website for more details.
It's Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callan here with Linda Tebow. Ed Crew had to go. You know, sometimes work just gets in the way.
Yes, it
Linda
does.
You know,
Yeah.
and it happens.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the the fire at the Norfolk prison a couple of days ago. Down in Gwinnett County, Georgia, I'm sure you visit there often.
Yeah, sure.
The hot water machines have been taken out of the Gwinnett County Jail. Deputies say inmates are tossing hot water on each other.
Really?
Well, they're mad,
Yeah.
They get mad at each other.
I don't like you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's happened now, the tossing of the hot water on others 4 times this year. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough that's bothering. And, now I got to... you got to go to the infirmary
Remember,
or
'cause you
wherever.
Get burns, yeah.
Get your burn on
That's
your
very
mind.
hot water. I mean.
Yeah, and it's for making things like a hot coffee.
Oh, okay.
So it's that kind.
Yeah.
It's like our coffee machine
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Now they do report that the hot water will still be available for showers, so that hasn't been turned off.
yeah.
But it makes you wonder, and we it's funny. We've talked with Rich Elaine from Post 85, and Rich was a former correctional officer.
Yeah.
And it's about this time this year, and inmates will do stuff to each other, and not because they're mad at each other, but I want you to throw hot water on me. So I can go to the infirmary because I want to go lay down in a comfortable bed, and I'm gonna get 3 meals delivered to me, and
Right.
and the food's so much better.
Yeah.
So they do stuff intentionally.
Intentionally, so they go to the
Yes.
infirmary.
And then if it's bad enough, you leave. You go to a real hospital.
That's
That's
true.
even better.
Yeah.
They said
Well,
if you
yeah.
get out of the prison,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
break an arm or something, and
Yeah, but that's whoa.
well, yeah, it's gonna be painful.
That's desperate. Yeah.
It is,
That's
but
very desperate, yeah.
sometimes if you're in there for
Well,
forever and you're never
yeah.
getting out,
Yeah. Why not?
why not? Well, what's the
Interesting.
problem? So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So let's see. This is happening more and more, and it's good that I don't go to as many fast food restaurants as I certainly used to. But a man in Evansville, Indiana, is in the county jail after being arrested early Sunday near a Taco Bell restaurant. Police say Andrew Leach entered the Taco Bell after being told he could only order food through the drive-thru. Leach then allegedly threatened to stab an employee in the parking lot. He was arrested on charges of intimidation with a deadly weapon and had 3 active misdemeanor warrants out for him.
That's interesting. Why would they say he?
It could have been the time. As a person
You
that
mean
that
like the inside was closed and locked up, so they had to go through the drive-through.
back in my fun days of working at Burger King,
Yeah.
the dining room, the place to sit down and eat was closed at midnight, but the drive-through would stay open to 2.
Oh, all right.
And so and sometimes you had people banging on the door, looking to get in.
Yeah.
And the manager would have to come out. No, it's only the drive-through.
Okay. See,
but we didn't have anybody, threaten us.
No. See, I'm not familiar with those.
But it's it's maybe it's because of the internet. You just see a lot more of it, and I've seen a lot more people complaining. The fries are not hot enough, or there's pickles on the burger. Just bring it back and say, do it again.
Yeah.
You know what? They'll do it again.
Yeah.
If you complain,
really,
this is not what I ordered.
Yeah.
Give me a new one, and they will.
Yeah.
It's they'll try to be helpful.
But you are right about the internet. Lots of things happened before, and we didn't hear of them.
No, you never heard of them
often, or not as quickly.
Yeah. But now all it takes is raised voices.
Right.
And then as soon as someone hears 2 people, maybe just one, but if 2 people are arguing, immediately the phone comes out. Yeah. Something might happen.
Somebody,
So I got to film it.
Right, a video.
And I'm ready to go. I'm not part of what's this. I don't know that person. I don't know that person, but I'm just going to record to see what happens.
I'll be the witness. Yeah.
And maybe we turn it over to the police, sure.
Yeah.
But not before I put it on Facebook.
Right, exactly.
And I make myself
a
star. Not really a star, but that's the way mostly the younger people think right away. Is you got to record it immediately.
Yeah.
If you don't record it, and people actually say this, if you don't have physical proof of what you just talked about happened, then it didn't happen.
Right.
No one believes you anymore.
No, I guess.
You can't say I saw Godzilla walking over the Walmart in North Smithfield.
Yeah, right.
What, do you have film of that? Oh, no, the phone wasn't working.
Right, exactly.
Well, then I'm not going to believe you until we see film proof of it. So don't make any outlandish claims like that. If you can't
it's
back
true.
It up.
I think it's a whole new world, and I think internet and the social media and all of those platforms let us see things right away, things that we never saw as quickly before. We had to wait for it to show up in the newspaper or something like that. And I guess some of it is a good thing, but some of it really causes some problems too.
It does.
It does.
So back in this wasn't my Burger King days, but back in my retail days, this is like Comp USA. Remember Comp USA?
Yes.
I worked at a Comp USA, and some guy wanted to fight me in the parking lot because his credit card was not allowed. Oh. This is not my fault.
No.
We ran it through.
Yeah,
and it came back.
Sorry.
Not approved or rejected or whatever it said.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him,
yeah.
it's no good. Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Yeah.
And now you can't have whatever you're trying to buy.
Right.
I'll see you in the parking lot. Is that right? Okay. Because he knew we were closing in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. And he left. We had just the best relationship with the Braintree police.
Mm-hmm.
Call them up and said it's us, and I've just been threatened. We'll be right there. And they were there within 5 minutes. And when I left for the night, he wasn't there waiting for me in the parking lot.
No, there you go. There you go.
So don't. Yeah. I didn't say, oh yeah, I'll take you on. No, none of that. I'm gonna call you. You'll see what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was gone.
Yeah.
All right. The movie Moana 2 is the new holder of the Thanksgiving box office record.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
All right. The animated sequel made $221 million over the 5-day holiday period. Wow. So I guess so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? I guess they count Monday. It also scored the biggest 5-day opening ever that passes last year's The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh.
Strong second weekends from Wicked and Gladiator 2, along with Moana 2, helped secure the biggest Thanksgiving period ever, with $422 million brought in across all of those films.
Wow.
There's 3 biggies out right now.
Yeah.
And
Well, we've been seeing a lot about Wicked.
oh yeah,
Lots of commercials about Wicked, and
it's doing, and they got their promotional things as well, which is
Exactly.
helping promote the
Exactly.
movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, my daughter went to go see it day after Thanksgiving.
Did
Day
she-
after, or
did
maybe
she like
maybe
it?
loved it.
yeah.
And
yeah.
And she goes, and I said, were you singing along? I said, yes. She said,
Yeah.
yes. And she said,
Yeah.
I said, how do you know all the songs that just came out?
Yeah.
Well, the songs all hit YouTube first.
Yes. Yes.
So you get to practice
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and she liked them all. So, she won't go see Gladiator 2.
Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't.
not up her alley.
That wouldn't be anything I'd want to see.
But Moana 2.
yeah, that.
She'll
that,
probably
yeah,
go see that.
but-
She liked the first one
Yeah.
from Disney.
Yeah.
It is actually very cute,
Yeah.
and of course, anything with the rock in it is just
Well, right.
it's going first of all it's going to do well,
yeah.
and it's going to be
Yeah.
and it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
So he's in it again.
Yeah.
Some people are criticizing it. They say the songs are not that great. Well, that's a preference, but whatever. One of the funnier stories is that I actually heard Dwayne Johnson tell, because he's got small kids.
Yeah.
And he told one of his kids, because they're watching the movie,
Sure.
Moana,
Yeah.
he goes, that's me.
Yeah.
His son didn't believe him. Dad, shh, I'm watching the movie.
watching
I'm
the
watching
movie, yeah.
Maui's talking.
Oh, that's funny.
But that's me.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. When the movie was over, he says, I sang the song. There's a song Maui sings in the first one called Thank You. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And that's it. So he sang it for him, and
Yeah.
then his son believed him
Then he
that
believed
it
him,
was
yeah.
him. I said, that is so
Yeah,
funny.
those Disney movies are always well done.
Yeah.
Always well done.
So let's see. Anything else? The Supreme Court is discussing the FDA's actions on flavored vapes. Still a thing. They're still legal.
Yeah.
The justices discussed on Monday whether the agency acted unfairly, the FDA agency, acted unfairly in its decision to stop 2 companies from marketing their e-cigarette products with flavors, including pink lemonade and creme brulee, that it saw as a risk to young people.
Well,
The companies allege the FDA charged the rules in the middle of its review on how their products would be evaluated. Sorry, changed. That's the wrong word. The companies allege the FDA changed the rules in the middle of its review on how their products would be evaluated. So, I know that's the big thing. That's the big
kids,
marketing thing
Yeah.
is that they taste good.
they taste good. The flavors. Yeah.
I've never had them, so I don't know. Do they really taste the different flavors? Is there a distinct taste? Is it as good? Because I'm still thinking. I know it's water vapor, but it's still not good stuff.
It's
You
not good.
Suck it into your
isn't-
lungs,
It isn't good.
and
isn't
it can't.
good.
It can't be.
No, it isn't.
It was designed for oxygen.
Yeah, no, it
And not
isn't-
anything else.
It isn't good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the kids are gonna see it, and pink lemonade.
I know.
I don't know how well they're gonna know what creme brulee
I don't
is.
think they're going. That was my thinking too. Pink lemonade, yes. Creme brulee is
That's more-
delicious.
that's more for
but
the adults.
That's more for adults. Is right. Yeah.
All right. All right. This probably comes as no surprise. A new study on wildfire smoke shows an increase in emergency room visits the first day smoke plumes reach an area. Well, that would make perfect
Yeah,
sense, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
And an increase in deaths after that. The study by the University of Illinois looks at eastern Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, the Dakotas, and Wisconsin. It cross-references air quality with Medicare data and finds 191,000 emergency room visits and 10,000 premature deaths over the last 20 years. And it's all linked to wildfire smoke.
Sure.
And what do you do? How do you get away from it?
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
we were wearing masks during COVID. Would that help?
Well, some of the masks could, but that's why they're telling people too. Anywhere near a big fire, stay in your house and keep the windows closed.
Yeah.
Because yes, especially if you've got chronic lung disease or emphysema.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, older people
If you're on
and
oxygen.
younger ones. Yeah.
Yeah. it's going to affect you. But
Absolutely.
well, that's a lot of deaths that they can directly attribute to wildfire smoke. Did you see the amount of snow that they're getting in
the lake effect?
the lake effect
Oh, my
snow?
gosh.
Not just Buffalo where the football game is taking place,
Right.
but all around there. 5 feet of it.
Exactly. And usually they'll say, "Oh, it's just lake effect snow." Well,
Snow is snow.
Snow is snow. But that's a lot of lake effect snow.
Whether it's an inch or it's 5 feet, snow is snow.
Snow is snow. Yeah.
So
Getting,
it's
what,
just
2
crazy.
inches, yeah.
And a lot of car crashes.
Absolutely.
Tractor trailers and
Right.
cars, and they just you start slipping and sliding, and things go wrong, and that's what happens. So, all right, well, we might see some snow in our area in a couple of days, mixed with rain. So.
Well, I don't mind seeing
Doesn't
a
look
little
too bad right
decorative
now.
snow. A little decorative
We want
snow
decorative
would be
snow.
nice.
There we go. That's what I see in my windows every morning. Decorative frost.
Frost. Well, that's what I had in my car this morning.
It looks
Lots
like
of it.
looks like little
Lots of it.
snowflakes on it.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Always appreciated. Thanks to Ed Carew, who was here earlier, and thanks to Linda Tebow for coming in. Thanks, Linda.
My pleasure, as
All
always.
right, this is Joe Callahan. Stay tuned for Gary Smith of the Crew. Do you remember is coming your way at 9:30. Milk Fund Auction this afternoon from 4 to 5, right here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.